As such, Fabianism, that is the British evolutionary socialism. So, the British evolutionary socialism, as otherwise known as Fabianism, it is an English version of evolutionary socialism, and their emphasis on democratic state, which was prepared to take upon itself social reform duties and working class with economic influence and power. The fundamental socialist concepts required a new basis and new methods more in harmony with new conditions. So they were in favor of harmony with the new political and social developments made in the 20th century, and the most renowned exponent or founders of Fabianism is George Bernard Shaw and Sidney Webb. They emphasized on social democracy and decentralization of power or decentralized democracy. So Bernard Shaw and Sidney Webb, the two most brilliant exponents of Fabianism, joined the Society of Fabians, and they led their very faith in increasing education of public opinion in favor of their ideas, faith, and slow tempered social changes. Democracy, in their opinion, of the Fabians is necessary for socialism. The Fabian movement has helped to convince a large part of the nation that socialism is a refinement and logical conclusion of democracy. So, they emphasized that they discover also the justification of socialism in the onward movement of history towards democracy. So, according to Fabian, the onward movement of history is always towards democracy and socialism, and it was possible only by social ownership and control of community created values, and also by socialization of rent structure and democratization of state structure, and by introduction of universal franchise or universal suffrage. And they emphasized on massive social legislation to strengthen social democracy, and it would be possible by only an expert government. And this is according to the Fabians, is the intellectual awareness of social change. So they laid emphasis on universal of franchise. Universalization of franchise clearly points to full recognition of democracy in political sphere. Also, socialism has become a part of the constitution of modern society. G.B.Shaw, one of the founders of Fabianism, rejected the labor theory of value of Karl Marx, and it is particularly surplus value, and he emphasized on social ownership or control of community created values. So, the logical consequence of Fabianism would be social ownership or control of community created values. Socialization, according to them, could be possible for establishment of social democracy. There should be socialization of rent in their economic program. So they profoundly influenced by the ideas of John Stuart Mill. As rent is an unearned income, and hence it must be socialized. The political theory of the Fabians is consequential upon their economic doctrine, as they laid emphasis on social ownership and control of socially created wealth, as on the basis of control of community created values. So, it would be possible only in a democratic state, because the producer of wealth can also be in the users of wealth, and it could only be possible only by democratization of the state structure and also by decentralized democracy, as they emphasized on the very theory of decentralized democracy for establishment of social democracy. Thus, the gradual extension of the franchise and transfer of rent and interest to the state are, in the opinion of Sir Bernard Shaw, are the two interrelated objectives of Fabianism. And also Fabianism seeks to establish the state with an expert content, because the modern control of modern complex industrial structure demands mature and expert understanding of industrial management. So, the Fabians are conscious of the pressing need for an expert government, as because an expert government could work for massive social legislation. And this is an Fabian central idea for development of a decentralized institutional framework by a multiplicity of self-governing locality organizations. And they emphasized on participation in social reforms. So decentralization of power is with them, the necessary element of socialism. In that context, Shaw expressed that a democratic state cannot be a social democratic state unless it has in every center of the population a local governing body as thoroughly democratic in constitution as the central parliament. So also they emphasized on the strategy and that the whole community from top to bottom with an informed opinion in favor of social control of community created values and the very Fabian method of piecemeal growth, and that is as we found exactly it expressed that piecemeal growth is itself is a slice after slice and step by step is found to be reflected the very temper of the 19th century Fabians. There was for the man of that century something inherently plausible about small doses. So, the Fabians are not critic of intellectuals isolated from living realities. They are genuineness in working out various practical schemes for realizing their ideals is clearly manifest in the resurgent Fabian movement in England, and which was headed by the last but not the least renowned Fabian of Oxford Chair of Political Studies and Economy, Professor Hedder Laski, who was greatly championed the very cause of guild socialism in England after Sir Bernard Shaw and Sidney Webb. So exactly the very critical analysis of Fabianism we found very important doctrines associated with Fabianism. As itself it is an evolutionary form of socialism and it wants to establish harmony with the new political and social conditions developed in 20th century in England. They were in favor of establishment of social democracy and very requirement of decentralized democracy or decentralization of powers. And they in favor of that state should not interfere in the economic affairs. And according to them, movement of history is towards democracy and socialism. And they were in favor of social ownership and control of community created values. For that to realize the very objectives of Fabianism, they suggest for socialization of rent and democratization of the very state structure and introduction of universal or universalization, franchise, or suffrage. So also they want the establishment of an export government, and such export government could carry out massive social legislation, and it would uplift the workers, and it would ultimately establish social democracy. So they emphasized also the piecemeal growth, which means exactly growth slice after slice and step by step, and it indicates that the Fabians, such as Sir George Bernard Shaw, Sidney Webb, and Professor Laski, were all in favor of evolutionary socialism, because according to them change becomes sustained and permanent if such social changes could be brought by the process of piecemeal growth, and that is slice after slice and step by step, which itself expresses the very method of evolutionary process of social change. So, in this lecture, we have completed the Fabianism or the British evolutionary socialism as developed by Sir George Bernard Shaw, Sidney Webb, and further carried out by the Oxford Professor of Political and Economic Studies, Sir Laski, in his work, A Grammar of Politics. So we have completed Fabianism, and in our next upcoming lecture, we would like to discuss socialism. As already we have discussed all the different aspects or facets of socialism, so finally we would like to discuss what exactly socialism means and how it developed, and what exactly the very difference between utopian socialism and scientific socialism.